Hi everyone. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very tired. I couldn't sleep last night because I didn't have everything together, and I like to get settled. But anyways, and then I told you guys about my healing this morning and about how I was crying because I was healing, from some childhood stuff. It's just a lot. And I want us all to heal, right? But ladies, I want this video to be specifically for you. Men too, if you take this advice, that would be fantastic. But this message is directly to the ladies. Ladies, jump on the celibacy train. If you go on YouTube, there is a plethora of celibacy videos and celibacy communities and things like that, right? So it's just at the end of the day, you got to think about it on a real life tip. This is 2023, right? And if you are still letting men use you and suck up your, you know what I'm saying, and just use up your body for their pleasures, then you're kind of I don't want to call you an idiot, but because at this is 2023, you got so many sex toys that are better than any man on this earth combined. So it's just if you are having sex with a man, you have to ask yourself why. I'm not talking about the people in relationships. I'm talking about casual sex promiscuity. I'm talking promiscuity. There are women who are having sex with a new man a month. You understand? A new man every 2-3 weeks. That's what I'm talking about. If you are letting men use and abuse your body for their sexual pleasures, you have to deep down in your side and have to ask yourself why. Because let's keep it real. Not all of the sex experiences you had were mind-blowing and great. I can honestly assure you that it's actually quite the contrary. So, sis, what I'm trying to say here is that these men, they're flat out saying it. I don't gotta say it. They're saying it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna play a video really quick. This guy, it's crazy. I imagine how many women he slept with. Because he has 7 baby mothers. So he's just going around squirting and all of these women, and he's telling you from the beginning, I don't want these kids. I do not want to be a father. They're reaching out to him, trying to have him to be a father. And he's telling them, I'm not your dad. I'm not going to be your dad. I may have gave you my sperm to create you, but I do not want you. You will never get the dad love from me because I'm not your father. I was just fucking your mom. We was just banging it. So these men are literally on a mission to just pump and dump us, and they're spreading the message. So this is why men are the way they are. You understand? Men will manipulate for sex. Men will lie for sex. Shit. Some men are even killing for sex, literally. Let me hate to remind you that remember, the number one cause of death for a black pregnant woman is the black man who impregnated her. So he's killing her and the baby. I already did the story about this. Check out, like I say, if you go to Pink Book Lessons, there's a plethora of videos already out there about women that have gotten killed by their baby's dad. Shit, sometimes even in front of the damn kids. It's really unfortunate. It really is. It really is. So it's just why? Listen, ladies. for the promiscuous ones out there, let's keep it real. You're not getting nothing in return. Nothing. So it's so much bad side to no upside whatsoever. Y'all, most of y'all promiscuous girls, y'all not getting shopping trips. Y'all not getting taken out on vacation. Y'all not even getting taken out on dates. Like, y'all not getting nothing out of it. So it's just like, I understand that, I'm about to speak to someone. Sis, if you out there and you're just sleeping with men to feel wanted and to feel needed, you have to look inside yourself. You have to close that void yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because no one's going to want you more than you are. It's impossible. Do you understand? So listen, join the celibacy train. I just want to read a bunch of ladies who have joined the celibacy movement. I think there's more women celibate than not in all reality. Listen to these. I've been celibate for around 18 years and do not regret it. Congratulations, 13 years for me. Just looking at these dudes are a turn off. Only 6 years here, don't miss it. Steak and pasta are a must-have. Men, nah. And I do know, and no, I do not date either. I don't play games with anyone's hopes, emotions, nor life. I'm not out here dating all while knowing I'm not about to get into a relationship. Lori goes, LOL, it's much easier and much less drama. Oh, someone at the bottom, Reagan Love, said, well, you outdone me by a couple of years. Congratulations. Clever Neek says 7 years over here. Look, Flying Dutchman tried to play her. How much weight have you gained? See, these men are mad. And she goes, first 3 years I lost 14 pounds, but then COVID locked down and lost my job, refused a jab, gained that 14 plus 8 more. LOL, whatever, I'm still under 130. And oh, look, that's right. I don't have some male in my daily life to belittle me for it. And that's one thing a man will do. Oh my God, I have experienced that. And not even just me, because I know someone who got her ass done because the guy who she was dating, you know what? Let me not even right now. Yoshi, almost 7, almost 8 for me. I focused on myself and it worked wonders for me, honestly. Alicia K said, almost 4 years for me. We got this. I want to find somebody, but my peace is priceless. So I'm willing to wait. Look at this hater who's projecting. All of y'all are very alone. Queen in the Making goes 20 years for me. Sherry goes, congratulations, 9 years for me. Kimberly Johnson goes, it's the 3rd year for me and I'm not missing a thing. Especially with all these STDs, I'll pass. Sherry Love says 12 years for me. E-Lock 1 maybe says, yes, it's about to be 5 years for me and I don't plan on going back as of now. Janice D says 16 years here. It's really easier than dieting. Yes. Because I've been trying to give up sugar, and giving up sugar is way harder than giving up sex. I'm serious. Jackie Terry goes 15 for me. Butterfly Energy go, it's the unwanted men in the comments thinking their little friend is that important. Like, just because most of y'all have sex addictions that you need to seek help for doesn't mean we do. And that's true. For real, it's giving weird. I think they're just mad and butthurt because they already have women constantly rejecting them. So to see so many more dropping out of the game entirely, they're starting to panic. Well, they hear us talking about the type of men that make us want to be abstinent. If the shoe fits and now they're defensive, the funniest part is that they think we care about their negative input. Jenna goes 27 years. I won. She was just kidding with the I won part, but she's serious with the 27 years. Journeys in this crazy world go, I'm halfway to 18 years. So that means she's 9 years in. Monique Moss goes, I lost count after years 10. Miss Pearl goes, I'm on year 6 and don't use toys. Celibacy is very easy. I think people who are sex addicts are the ones who think it's difficult. Okay, so Davine Hill says, I was celibate for 5 years on 3 separate occasions. There's absolutely nothing wrong with keeping your energy to yourself. It's definitely far better than exchanging energy with the wrong person, who's probably exchanging energy with another person, who is exchanging energy with another person, and so on. That's why you feel lighter and more centered when you abstain, when you abstain of sex. You allow the body, mind, and spirit to purge and reset, and you are no longer taking in the soul ties of countless others. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Love says, I was celibate 5 years, got married, divorced, dated someone, and now I'm back being celibate. I realize how much peace, focus, and clarity now that I'm back on this journey. Ball Girl says, almost 3 years, the most peace I've ever had in my adult life. Kathleen says 5 years and counting, very liberating, and I made a vow to the Lord I'm keeping it until I'm married to the man he has chosen just for me. Next, I'm going on 10 years out of choice. I started it, liked it, then loved it. And a plan to continue until God says when. Alone doesn't mean lonely. And then Azila says, people are not crazy about sex, they're crazy about lust. And I believe that. Candy says, I was celibate for 4.5 years. It was easy. The men around me made it easier with their negative antics. It gave me clarity on so many things. You get to see how people act when you abstain sex. That's true. Okay. Monica says, this is my 33rd year of celibacy. More peaceful where I am. God is good. R.E. says, it's not hard to do. Look around. Trust me, it's not hard at all. I'm telling you, it's so easy to abstain from sex. Cammy in Philly says, I went over 5 years after an accident. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Once you've gone a while without it, you really don't miss it. Misty says, next month will be 2 years of celibacy for me. I am loving me for a change and not in no hurry to give up my love to a man that has sexually transmitted demons in his soul. Ride With Me says, she ain't lying. It's way more of a struggle to stop eating carbs than it is to be celibate. Being celibate is way too easy. However, I fight myself daily to break up with carbs and sugar habits. Al Bob said, she's right. I get called a prude for not having sex. People question your sexuality. Men try and force it on you because sex is quite literally the only connection people have with each other these days. Taurus Goddess 555 said, I'm 3 years celibate and I don't care what people think. Sleeping around isn't safe and it is definitely not for me. Thank you. Mick Clinton, Clintonia. I don't want to be celibate forever, but right now it brings me so much peace. It's easier to do these things. It's easier to do these days because I know I'm doing it to protect my heart. Okay, so I'd rather be celibate than share my body with anybody. Sakania said, I was celibate for 10 years before I got married. I needed healing from my childhood sexual trauma. Me going celibate was the only thing I could think to heal me from. This is
Year 5 of my second stint of celibacy. Its death hasn't been hard. It's been very mind-opening. And yeah, it's mostly the guys that call you a liar. Like, sir, I don't feel the need to be in some man's bed. Simply Vonnie goes, it's been over 7 years for me, and after a while, you don't even think about it. The right person for you will be willing to wait. Walking by Face said this celibacy 14 years, then enters the ex-narc. Got rid of the narc, now I have peace and not pieces. Blessings, everyone. Elizabeth Owen says, went 11 years, nobody believes me, not even the person I broke it for. Funny Business said men don't only have standards, but they've become defiant, enraged, and aggressive when you question if their standards are just too high. Time testing true. Feminine Beauty says, it's been 9 years for me. It was easy for me. Haven't met no one yet to change my mind. Fall on Sumter says, I've been celibate for a year and I'm still going strong. It just feels better that way. Leash Love says, I went celibate for 5 years, no problem. I just wanted peace, and peace it gave me. The Original Lady said, giving up carbs and Pepsi was much harder to give up than dick. I've been celibate so long I've lost count. I just turned to my son and asked when was the last time I dated. He replied, yeah, bud, you've been off the market forever. Tellytell said, my 3-year anniversary is coming up soon. Once you are clear about being celibate, so many other things clear up for you too. Blessings to all those on this journey. Celibacy Coco 1989 says, celibacy is a walk in a park. However, I'm struggling with giving up sugar. Girl, I feel you, girl. Koya said, I did 13 years celibacy. Best decision of my life. No one can sway me with sex. Legs, Lips, and Lashes said, 3 years and 2 months for me. I'm good. I'm getting a lot done, drinking water and minding my business. Amy says, I went 5 years without sex. It was easy. 12 hours without coffee is a different story. Maisha said 4 years in, straight facts. I can't read her name because it's covered, but it says, I was for 10 years, met a man I fell in love with and still in love, but I decided to go back to celibacy until I manifest my true love and husband for life. Neolo said, I wish dieting and exercise was as easy as going celibate. Word, I wish exercise was as easy as going celibate. I'll be super fit right now. And yes, someone didn't believe me. I have had no reason to lie. If I wanted it, I could get it. Nikki the Good Witch said, I agree, it's easy. You don't even think about it. Reaching Beyond says, I was 3 years celibate once and people swore up and down I was lying because they couldn't keep their junk in their pants. Mikiki says, if you find it difficult to be celibate, you really need to do some soul searching. And then look at Van Gogh, he proves my point. Women are not orgasming during sex. It's a very small few, and he proves my point. Look, he goes, the reality is a bunch of women I've dealt with have never had an orgasm before me. So he's saying a bunch of women before they met him never had an orgasm ever in their life. Then he said afterwards they typically understand. So they get with him and then apparently they have an orgasm. I think they're faking it probably, but whatever. So, not having sex is easy. I don't even think about sex. I've never had an orgasm with the penis, so sex is literally pointless to me.
K Toki says, not having sex is easy. It's actually hard to have sex as a woman with standards because I can't see the bottom, but now look, I don't want to get into this. Okay, but there's one last one I want to show y'all. Hold on, don't leave yet. And this is, oh man, this is it. 8 months for me. I'm not going to say I'm happy about it at all because I'm not. I still wish I could meet somebody, but I was just so tired of feeling like only an object. That's literally what men do. I was so tired of meeting men who don't value sex or relationships because they don't have to. I finally got it through my rock head that sex does not make a man like you. That should be my next video. Because ladies, sex does not make a man like you. It actually does the opposite. It hasn't changed the men or people that approach me. So nobody really sticks around after I tell them I'm not interested in casual sex. And it does make me sad that I'm not worth getting to know. It's not that you're not worth getting to know because you're a beautiful girl. It's just that these men are horn dogs and all they want to do is sleep in the bed. Not even in the bed. Anywhere. They just want to have sex. So anyways, but I guess the bright side is that I do have more self-respect. I'm not sleeping with you, so I don't have any reason to stick around either if I really don't like you. I don't have to ask or wonder where it's going because I'm not attached to you, so I don't care if you go. So I guess that's better. I was hopeful in the beginning that things would turn around, but I don't believe that anymore. But I'm glad I don't have kids so I can be alone in peace. And that's what y'all not understanding, man. Y'all making it easy for us to be celibate. Y'all literally treat us like objects. So women with sense don't want to be treated like objects. So I'd rather keep myself to myself. It's so many of us out here. So I'm gonna be honest, right? So I wouldn't necessarily call myself celibate. See, I thought I was just normal. So this is what all right, because I grew up in a small high school or whatever. I was just looking at all this gray hair this man gave me. I had no gray hair. As a matter of fact, I had one. You can see one here, one here. That's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's not worth it. There are so many women who have gone celibate. Like I was saying, I wouldn't consider myself abstinent. This is because I went to a really, really small performing arts school, right? So, like, everybody just, not everybody, but you know, the girl, because there wasn't that many guys. It was more girls, right? So the ones who did have boyfriend, you know, they did the boyfriend girlfriend thing, right? I had a boyfriend in high school as well. Yeah, hold on, where was I getting at? Oh yeah. So you just pretty much had your boyfriend and it was like through high school. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all would either make it out of high school with your same boyfriend, y'all would have broke up or whatever. But yeah, so I had my one little boyfriend, you know, in high school, and you know, that's where I lost my virginity to, blah 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 blah. And you know, I didn't have my second person until I got to college or whatever the case may be. So to make a long story short, I thought like the norm was that people had sex in a relationship. That's what I thought everybody was doing until like I got in like, till I was like 28, 29. I was just like, oh, so people are just having sex? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just gonna have sex with a stranger and have all of these major risks with a stranger? That doesn't make sense to me. But you know, to each his own. But listen, all I'm saying, ladies, you know, if you just giving up your body to random men, you're not getting anything out of it, or whatever the case may be, like, it's really time to close your legs. And I'm saying this because I love you. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like, I really hope y'all get this message, because sometimes I realize when people are triggered, they'll automatically go to insults or whatever the case may be, because they don't have the vocabulary to articulate their counter opinion. So the vocabulary is probably only consists of about 150 words, and foul language is the majority of them. So that's why they result to insults instantly when there's a difference of opinion, instead of just trying to intellectually debate your argument. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, let's keep it real. Running around from bed to bed, jumping in men's beds and all of the, it's not cool. That shit is not cute. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I understand that you got different celebrities who are promoting promiscuity and things of that nature, but you got to look at their lives. Look at Amber Rose, right? Amber Rose took a positive message, because the original slut walk, right? The original slut walk was for women to have power over our own bodies. And it's just like, just because I'm wearing something inappropriate doesn't make, like, I didn't ask for this rape, essentially. So she turned it and twisted it into something sick. So she even has a commercial of, okay, I'm gonna see if I hope I can find it. So she was promoting her slut walk or whatever, her promiscuity, and she was leaving some guy's house with some, with a sexy dress, indicating that she met him that night at the club. Mind you, you meet a man the night at the club, you sleep with him, and he won't even get no cab fare money back home. You gotta walk home. No cab fare money. He don't even drive you home. You're walking home in your dress you had on yesterday, barefoot in the street, looking like an idiot. Damn, you giving up your body to someone who won't even give a fuck if you made it home. And that's who y'all promoting. That's who y'all want to promote. Y'all giving y'all body up to. So she's walking, and then she passes another woman who's also had met a guy that night at the clubs. He took her home, slept with her, and they're like, women empowerment. That's not fucking woman empowerment. Empowerment is having discipline, having control over yourself. Listen, I want a taco. Listen, at the end of the day, ladies, I'm gonna read y'all some celibacy stories. And so anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, so I thought people always had sex in a relationship, whatever. So I've always been like doing that. You know what I'm saying? I've never really had sex, you know what I'm saying, without like a relationship. Now, there's been times where, I'm not gonna lie, where it's like, I remember one time he was so fun. I used to call him Chocolate Raindrop. This goddamn man was so fucking fine. And I'm so happy I'm smart. Because let me tell you what happened, right? So I'm in the beginning of college, right? So I'm like, what, 18? Something like that, right? This man was delicious. Oh, God. Ooh-wee, they don't make them like they used to. Bomb ass body. But anyway, so, we went in school together. So we was like, it wasn't even like he had met me at the club and he had took me home that night. We were in a whole semester together. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like months and months of knowing him or whatever. So eventually, I'm not going to hold you. So eventually, he ends up coming to my house or whatever. Things get hot and heavy. Mind you, we're not in a relationship. Things get hot and heavy, right? So I remember all right, so this is, damn, I'm about to get, I hope this is, I'm going to make this rated R or whatever. So let's just say this is the this is the right? So he goes like this, right? So I was like, do you have a condom? So he was like, yeah. So he puts on the condom, right? And then, oh man, there was an ant on me. He puts on the condom. So he puts on the condom, then puts it in, right? And then my angel was like, nah, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this. So I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. You shouldn't do this. Da 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 da. So I stopped it, right? And then, things got hot and heavy again, right? And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So then I'm like, do you have another condom? He was like, no, only that one. So, this man went to go pick up the condom from hours before, turn the shit inside out and put it on his dick. And that's what immediately turned me off. Immediately. So from there, I just, I was like, you know what, we just became like just friends or whatever. Literally, I promise you not. Just a couple months later, he ends up getting a girl pregnant, a 16-year-old girl. He was like, damn, like, I wish I would have got you pregnant instead. I'm like, thank God. It wasn't me, yo. It wasn't me. Like, sorry, these mosquitoes was eating me alive, so we have to start walking. In fact, should we walk this way? Sure. He was like, I wish I would have got you pregnant instead. Blah, blah, blah. So I remember, he told me exactly what happened. Mind you, he didn't even know she was pregnant until she was like 8 months pregnant. So he was like, how one day the girl, they had casual sex, like everybody's doing apparently. They had casual sex. And then, because he didn't even know the girl like that, because she wasn't in our school. She was just some neighborhood, some random chick from Brooklyn, some 16-year-old girl, whatever the case may be, that his cousin had met. So make a long story short, he had sex with her, got her pregnant, it's casual, wham bam, and she got pregnant. So make a long story short, she came in months later. The father of the girl was like, there. He didn't know the father of the girl was going to be there. This is months later. So he sees this girl with a big old belly or whatever the case may be. He's like, what happened? I'm like, make a long story short, that's when he ended up finding out that he's the baby's dad. And I'm like, damn, he was 19 years old. He had a whole life ahead of him. You see how sex can destroy your life? And ain't nobody got the time. So sis, if you're a little sis watching, if you're a little sis and watching me, or if you're a big sis and you watching me, whatever, and you are giving your body away, it's like for free, just stop doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're still gonna be empty inside. Hold on, there's people coming. So yeah, you're still gonna be empty. You're trying to fill a void that's not going to be able to be filled with sex. That's why you keep jumping from the next bed to the next bed, because you think it's like being a heroin addict. You understand what I'm saying? You are looking. It's like being a heroin addict. You're always looking for your next fix. So it's the same type of concept. You're always looking to jump in to the next person's bed. You understand what I'm saying? So dig deep inside yourself, find out why that is, and heal yourself, and join the celibacy movement. We out here. Like I said, I wouldn't consider myself celibate marriage, but I'm not waiting into marriage. I just only have sex with people who actually like love me and are in a relationship with me, and like I meet their parents. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how, it's really much always been for the most part. So yeah, Sleep with somebody who's taking care of you. Sleep with somebody who cares about your well-being. Sleep with somebody who cares if you're homeless. See, this is why I need real stuff. Real equipment. Equipmentante. I just made that up. But anyways, sleep with men who are going to pull your chair out, who are going to hold your door, who are going to make sure you are loved, nourished, who will make sure, you know what I'm saying? Who take you out, who show you off. If you why the fuck do you want to sleep with somebody who keeps you like a secret? Like it got to be a secret. What the fuck? That don't even make sense. If you are sleeping with somebody who's keeping you in the dark, stop fucking them. They don't deserve you. I'm done here. Love y'all. Mwah.